Rebels with a cause, defying the chains of tyrannical laws. They try to silence us, shut down our voice, but we rise like warriors. We ain't got no choice. From the streets to the shadows, where haunted we flee, building our fortress where the brave run free. Hooligans alley, our stronghold, our flame, a spark in the dark where we stake our claim. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Captain JeffMAC with the hooligan brand, battle gear blazing, he's taking command. With a heart full of fire and a will made of steel, he leads us to battle, makes the tyrants kneel. They block every platform, they censor our cries, but we shout even louder, let truth pierce the skies. In the alley we gather, our spirits won't break. For the soul of the free, there's too much at stake. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breathe, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Through the smoke and the fire, we carve our way. With the hooligan banner, we seize the day. They can chase us, erase us, but we'll never fall.
What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting everything started. We're going to be starting off with a video titled Pete Hegseth attends 81st D-Day Anniversary in Normandy. Gives a pretty good speech. Then we got a video titled Lawmakers Sound Alarm on Drone Vulnerability. They're talking about what happened in Russia between them and Ukraine, and they're wondering, are we prepared for an attack like that? Then we got a video from earlier today titled AG Pam Bondi and Deputy Todd Blanche hold a press conference. It's very interesting. They're talking about Garcia, the border crosser that they kept referring to as the poor father from Maryland that was sent to Supermax in El Salvador. Well, apparently they brought him back into the country just like the Democrats wanted. Now they claim it's because they have all these charges against him, but I don't know. Then we got a video that's an update on the Diddy trial. It's titled Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend sobs while describing abuse during testimony. Now, I think this is their last witness in this trial, so they're just proving he's a bad person. It seems like they're not going to be able to prove human trafficking, at least not through witnesses. Then we got a video from over the week. No, it's not over the weekend. I don't know. It just came from Joe Rogan's podcast. It's titled FBI Director Kash Patel was swatted. He talks about being swatted yesterday, but I don't know when the podcast was recorded. It's recently, but Joe Rogan doesn't do anything live, so it's kind of hard to tell. Then we got a video titled U.S. Marshals Carry Out Gang Raids, more of the mass deportations going on, which is good stuff. Then we got a video titled Boulder Fire Attack Suspect Charged with 118 criminal counts. This is obviously the firebombing thing that happened in Colorado. They're saying he's facing 672 years in prison. We'll see how it goes. Then we got a video titled Judge Releases Teen that was detained by ICE. The teen is illegal, but release him anyways, because why not? Then we got, let me see. Are we playing? Oh, we actually got two videos back to back on that. The first one is to give context about the teen, why they were arrested, and the second video is titled Mass Student Freed from ICE Detention Says He Was Fed Crackers and Slept on Thin Aluminum. That's to make you feel bad for the border crossers. Then we got a video titled Putin Retaliates Against Ukraine with New Wave of Strikes. This is a follow-up on Ukraine attacking Russia. This is obviously Russia responding. Then the last little bit of the news is titled Trump Should Deport Elon Musk and Seize SpaceX. Steve Bannon Goes Ballistic. Steve Bannon said a bunch of crazy shit yesterday while Elon and Trump were going back and forth on X. I also seen that the Democrats are kind of calling for the Epstein files to be released now because they suspect that Trump's in the files because of what Elon said. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Either way, then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled When You're Losing in Pool. And our official funny video of the day is titled When Your Buddy Thinks He's a Cat. And that video is hilarious. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Zero? What's up, Edward? What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? MU, you were first today. Now, I appreciate you racing in the chat, MU. What's up, Pumpkin? What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let me see. Scrolling through. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. What's up, My Feed? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you guys. What's up, Spicy K? Appreciate you being here. Let me see, make sure we get everybody. I think we got everybody. Hit that like button, see if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. Also, Rumble just made public the direct RTMP feature for their Rumble Studio, so we might actually start using the Rumble Studio because I've been looking forward to this update. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Meta? What's up, Murdercom? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. What's up, Brad? Appreciate you being with us. And what is up, everyone over on YouTube? What's up, Mr. Coffee? You were first over here. What's up, Steve M? What's up, Tube Steak? What's up, Lion's Heart? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on X? Tony Rich, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into things. Like I said, this first one is Pete Hegseth the 10's 81st D-Day Anniversary in Normandy. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Stars and Stripes hooligan badge. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chat while we're watching this first video.
Today, the United States and France again rally together to confront such threats. Because we strive for peace, we must prepare for war and hopefully deter it. We must ensure that our children and our grandchildren know what these men did, that they understand. I used to say, and it's a cozy thing to tell ourselves, especially after World War II, that they fought so that their kids and grandkids won't have to. And in some cases, that was true. But in most cases, they fought and we fight knowing that our kids and grandkids will have to be willing to do the same as well. Because history is not over. Evil has not been eradicated from the globe. Good men are still needed to stand up.
All right. Pete Hegseth, like I said, giving a pretty good speech there for the anniversary of D-Day. Next up, we got lawmakers sound alarm on drone vulnerability. We're just going to go ahead and hop right into this. Everybody loves drones. They love the drone talk. Either way, they're going to be talking about, are we prepared for drone warfare like what happened in Russia? I don't know. Because for 4 years, we didn't know what a woman was. So, I don't really know. Either way, hit that like button if you're over on Rumble or over on the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Well, Moscow has now responded to Ukraine's long-range drone attack on air bases deep within Russia. Using a mix of ballistic and cruise missiles as well as drones, Russia hit 6 regions in Ukraine overnight. The hours-long bombardment killing at least 4 people, including 3 first responders in Kyiv. And while drone warfare has become commonplace since Russia invaded Ukraine 3 years ago, this weekend's crippling attack on Russia's bomber fleet raising new concerns that the U.S. is unprepared for a drone attack here on American soil because that daring operation took more than a year and a half to plan and then execute. So let's bring in NewsNation's Joe Khalil live for us in Washington. And Joe, Ukraine's raid has clearly gotten lawmakers' attention.
Yeah, Nicole, I think what has changed in a fundamental way this week is that people would often talk about drone warfare as the way that warfare was going to be fought in the future. And that conversation has really changed to the fact that this is not a future thing. This is a right now thing. And American lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans, House and Senate, people who we have spoken to this week, all say that American airspace right now is vulnerable. The incredibly successful Ukrainian drone mission that we've been talking about here, I mean, it showed how much you can do with a $200 drone and how much damage that can do to a multi-million-dollar advanced aircraft, as happened in Russia. We saw it. This week, the Secretary of the Army was testifying here on Capitol Hill. Also, the head of the FAA was testifying here on Capitol Hill. They got a lot of questions about this very topic. We spoke exclusively to Senator Andy Kim from New Jersey. Remember, Kim himself back in December was actually seeing that drone incursion over New Jersey. Some of it, he told us, was explained later as other aircraft, but he still says there are serious problems, especially when it comes to detecting drones or incursions that may be in our airspace before they get here. He says at this point, we still cannot do that in an efficient way to protect against what would be a serious attack. Take a listen.
Regardless of what was flying up in the skies in New Jersey, the fact that our military bases didn't know what was going on, nor did they have necessarily a clarity of how they would have responded if it was something dangerous or nefarious. You know, it shows that we're just not at the level of readiness to be able to take this on. And this isn't just about our military bases. It's about critical infrastructure, water treatment plants, power plants.
Now, we did hear from President Trump back in January, maybe the first day that he took office. He said that some of what was seen over New Jersey, actually, President Trump said all of it were FAA-authorized aircraft. But just a week or so ago, you had the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, tell our own Libby Dean that he, as the Transportation Secretary to this day, says they actually don't know what was flying in that airspace. Some of it identified, some of it, he said, we don't know. So that is obviously concerning. One bit of hope here is I've talked to other senators who have said that at one point, not so long ago, the FAA and the Department of Defense were not really communicating with each other. Now, I am told they are sharing more information when it comes to drones. They are at least coordinating and working together on responses and detection. So that is a good sign, something that certainly needs to happen in order to keep our airspace safe.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What could they do against a fleet of drones like what happened in Russia? Either way, next up, AG Pam Bondi and Deputy Todd Blanche hold a press conference. This is from earlier today. We're going to watch like 8 minutes of it. They're going to be talking about Abrego Garcia, which is the poor father from Maryland that was sent to Supermax in El Salvador, mistaken as an MS-13 gang member. Well, apparently they sent him back here to the U.S. because they want to charge him with alien smuggling and conspiracy to commit alien smuggling. And then they say he's attached to a bunch of other terrible crimes, but they're only charging him with these two. And then they kind of give these bullshit answers to the press. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about whether or not we're prepared to deal with drone warfare here in the U.S., as well as what do you think about Pete Hegseth's speech for the D-Day anniversary. Zero, they know exactly who's flying those drones. They must, because they show up in the airspace. They show up on radar and stuff, and I don't think they would just let foreign objects float around in the airspace. And I mean, they did let the Chinese spy balloon float around, but they knew it was a Chinese spy balloon. So I don't know. Edward, grenades are legal to purchase in the U.S. and drones are too. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen more people try to weaponize these drones, since everybody's got them. They're all over. There's thousands of them, maybe even millions of drones here in the U.S. So, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen that. Metalmouth, I think it would help if they keep President Trump in the loop. Yeah. Yeah, because the conflicting statements don't look good. Kevin, oh, a crow just killed a starling right in the front yard. I thought you said a cow did it at first. Damn, dyslexia tearing me up. I was like, damn, a cow just killed a starling in your front yard? You got killer cows? What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. Bill Clay, Hegseth's speech was electric. I thought it was pretty good. I've never heard anybody reference being in the military like that. I've always heard it like he had originally said, that they went and fought so we didn't have to kind of situation. But in reality, every generation needs to be prepared to fight for freedom. Murdercom, the drone attack was epic. It'd be crazy if somebody did that to us, though, because all those drones that were flying over New Jersey, they were saying was the size of a Honda Civic. Nothing happened from what I can tell, because we covered it pretty much every damn day while it was happening, and nothing crazy happened other than them just being spotted. But imagine if a foreign country had brought them in, imported them, or something like that, just like what Ukraine did, got them into stateside, and then deployed them like that. I don't know what they would do to defend against drones. They'd have to use some sort of technology they haven't told us about. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. Asian massage, is that what that is? Either way, happy freedom to you. Worse yet, imagine trying to intercept a high-speed version. Some exceed 250 miles an hour. I've seen reports of near 400 miles an hour, but unverified. Well, I imagine they would use some sort of electrical weapon against it, trying to put it out instead of trying to hit it itself. Because, yeah, I don't know how they could capture the drones. They're so quick. There's people who do, like, trick videos with drones, like racing drones and stuff like that. I don't know how they could intercept drones. They'd have to use, like, an EMP-style weapon in order to take them out, I would think. What's up, Warren? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lion's Heart? If I can get you all ready. Happy freedom. Zero EMP guns. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying with the Pope. There was those individuals standing outside of the building there waiting for them to select the new Pope, and they had these weird, like, energy weapons, and they were saying they were anti-drone guns. They'd have to use something like that. Either way, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next one's a video from earlier today. It's AG Pam Bondi and Deputy Todd Blanche hold a press conference. It's, I think, a little less than 8 minutes. Let me see. And it is pretty weird because they were saying over and over and over again that they would not bring Garcia back here. There was, like, no chance he would ever come here. Even when El Salvador's president, Boo Kelly, when he was here, he was saying that Garcia will never come back. And now they're bringing him back. They're claiming it's because of these charges. They're saying that He's been released from CECOT. He just came here today. He's being charged with alien smuggling and conspiracy to commit alien smuggling. They say that he's attached to a bunch of other terrible crimes, but they're not charging him with those crimes. And they say after he's sentenced here that he will go back to El Salvador. But I don't know. This sounds really weird. After months of them saying that he would never come back from El Salvador, today he came back. So I don't know. Hit the like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Major update in an important case. Abrego Garcia has landed in the United States to face justice. On May 21st, a grand jury in the Middle District of Tennessee returned a sealed indictment charging Abrego Garcia with alien smuggling and conspiracy to commit alien smuggling in violation of Title 8 U.S.C. 1324. We want to thank President Bukele for agreeing to return Abrego Garcia to the United States. Our government presented El Salvador with an arrest warrant, and they agreed to return him to our country. We're grateful to President Bukele for agreeing to return him to our country to face these very serious charges. This is what American justice looks like. Upon completion of his sentence, we anticipate he will be returned to his home country of El Salvador. The grand jury found that over the past 9 years, Abrego Garcia has played a significant role in an alien smuggling ring. They found this was his full-time job, not a contractor. He was a smuggler of humans and children and women. He made over 100 trips, the grand jury found, smuggling people throughout our country. MS-13 members, violent gang terrorist organization members throughout our country. Thousands of illegal aliens were smuggled. This is especially disturbing because Abrego Garcia is also alleged with transporting minor children. The defendant traded the innocence of minor children for profit. There are even more disturbing facts that the grand jury uncovered. It is alleged this defendant is part of the same smuggling ring responsible for the death of more than 50 migrants in 2021 after the tractor trailer overturned in Mexico. This is part of that same ring. The defendant abused undocumented alien females, according to co-conspirators who were under his control while transporting them throughout our country. This defendant trafficked firearms and narcotics throughout our country on multiple occasions. They were using vehicles, SUVs, with added seats in the back, floors that had been ripped out, guns, narcotics, children, women, MS-13 members. That is what the grand jury found. A co-conspirator alleged that the defendant solicited nude photographs and videos of a minor. A co-conspirator also alleges the defendant played a role in the murder of a rival gang member's mother. These facts demonstrate Abrego Garcia is a danger to our community. We want to thank the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, our state and local partners, our acting U.S. Attorney Robert McGuire, and prosecutors from the Joint Task Force Vulcan. Questions?
Attorney General, the traffic stop that we've seen video of from Tennessee, where Abrego Garcia was first identified by the local authorities, at the time, the Homeland Security Department declined to take custody of him. What has happened in between that time and in between the time that the government has been arguing that he was not returnable from El Salvador? What has happened since in this investigation that brought you here?
Yes, the question was in 2021, there was the traffic stop. And what has changed since then? What has changed is Donald Trump is now president of the United States and our borders are again secure. And thanks to the bright light that has been shined on Abrego Garcia, this investigation continued with actually amazing police work. And we were able to track this case and stop this international smuggling ring from continuing.
These were recently found facts, right?
Yes,
Okay.
recently found facts.
To that point, can you just explain when this investigation was opened? The investigation in Tennessee, can you say when that investigation was opened?
Well, the grand jury indicted on May 21st. This investigation has been ongoing.
This case has been hotly debated here in Washington. In your mind, does this resolve that issue in terms of his deportation? And should this be seen in any way as complying with the judge's order to return him to the U.S. and the Supreme Court ruling that the U.S. government should facilitate his return?
There's a big difference between what the state of play was before the indictment and after the indictment. And so the reason why he is back and was returned was because there's an arrest warrant, which was presented to the government in El Salvador. So there's a big difference there. As far as whether it makes the ongoing litigation in Maryland moot, I would think so, but we don't know that. This, he just landed today.
Jake, CBS.
I just want to confirm what you said earlier, that you're intending to prosecute him and keep him in an American prison if he's found guilty, and then would remove him after his sentence is over.
Correct. Yes, he will be prosecuted in our country, sentenced in our country if convicted, and then returned after completion of his sentence.
Last one, Sadie, Wall Street Journal.
Okay. I have two. One's on topic, one's off topic. Maybe I misunderstood you, but you were mentioning, that he had some involvement in a murder, or was connected to groups that had, involved with this other smuggling ring. But to be clear, the only charges he's facing right now are the, human smuggling charges. Just that's the one offense. But the other things that you have talked about are not actually in the indictment?
No, co-conspirators allege that, and we were clear to say that. He is charged with, it's not only very serious charges of alien smuggling. And again, there were children involved in that. Human trafficking, not only in our country, but in our world, is very, very real. It's very dangerous. And as you saw recently in Virginia, the arrest we made of the MS-13 member, unrelated to this, we learned at that press conference, that's where they bring young children into our country and they start grooming them at middle school age to become MS-13 full-fledged members, commit violent crimes throughout our country. It is highly organized. It is very dangerous. And they are living throughout our country, but no more, because they are being arrested, they are being prosecuted, and being convicted and deported when appropriate. That's all for today. Thank you.
Okay. So like I said, it just kind of sounds like they're making excuses to bring this guy back. The Democrats have been begging for this guy to come back ever since he left, and they were saying, oh, he's a poor father from Maryland. So Pam Bondi comes out hot saying, no, he's not just a poor father from Maryland, he's worse than we thought. He's being charged with alien smuggling and conspiracy to commit alien smuggling. But then they go on and talk about all kinds of other terrible things. And like the reporter asked, well, if co-conspirators are saying he's a part of those other crimes, why are you only charging him with these two things? And then they just don't give an answer. And then they act like, well, the first question was, what's changed? Like that video with him being stopped at that traffic stop with a bunch of illegals in the car when he was originally accused of human trafficking, they were like, what's changed between then and now? And then they just go right back to the default answer. Oh, we got Trump now, so it's all different. Shit's not really that different because judges are stopping everything. So like certain things have changed and Trump's trying to make change, but they stop everything. So I don't know. I almost feel like they're doing this because of something connected to the Democrats. I saw someone in the chat say they brought him back for due process. It's like, damn, they could have just did that through a Zoom call. They could have just did a video chat over the internet and did that. They didn't have to bring him all the way back here. And whether this is justified or not, they don't clearly talk about what's going to happen for sentencing. They're saying after he's sentenced, he will go back to El Salvador. But they don't say, like, after he spends 20 years in prison here and we have to pay for him to be incarcerated, then he's going to El Salvador. They didn't really clearly talk about that. And when he gets back to El Salvador, is he going back to CECOT or is he just going back home? Like, they don't really talk about that, and it's really weird. It feels a lot more confident until you see her start taking questions. Once she starts taking questions, it just sounds like bullshit. Sounds like straight bullshit coming out of her mouth. And then they claim, he made over 100 trips smuggling thousands of humans and stuff. What is the consequence for that going to be? Did you bring him all the way back here just to wag fingers at him and go, hey, you're a bad guy and we know it and get out of here? Like, why are we wasting money doing that shit? I don't know. If they didn't spend 4 months saying that he would never come back here, I think I'd feel different about this. But to say over and over and over again, no matter what, he's never coming back, and then, damn, just pay for him to come back here? I don't know. That doesn't feel right to me. Either way, next up, we got a follow-up for the Diddy case, or the Diddy trial. It's titled Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend sobs while describing abuse during testimony. Again, they're just proving that he's a bad person, and this is the last witness. So unless they have some evidence that hasn't come out yet, it seems that they have failed to prove that Diddy was doing human trafficking. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pam Bondi and the press briefing from earlier today. What's up, Russell? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Russell, he'll end up in Supermax in Colorado. See, and then we got to pay for him. They should have just did a Zoom call, told him we know he's a bad person, and then leave him in El Salvador. Edward, smuggling humans feeds the Democrats' needs. Yeah, you're right. Zero, how much you want to bet he magically escapes? That'd be so crazy. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom. What's up, Spicy K? If I can get y'all ready, happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, happy freedom to you. I can't read that out loud. That is something else. What's up, Nashada? Happy freedom. What's up, Aco? Shroomish, Scam Bondi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust her. What's up, Hidu? Happy freedom to you. That would be funny, Hidu. What's up, Noad? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Relax? Happy freedom to you. Kevin made barbecue chicken for supper. That sounds fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to eat for dinner today. What's up, Jeffro? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing all right, Jeffro. How are you doing today? What's up, Giggling Spy? What's up, Rich Ray? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Rich Ray, relax everyone. When midterms come up, you're going to see a shitload of snapshot and sound bites from Dems defending child traffickers. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. People got to get serious about these midterms because we can't let more corruption in. Stuff is really bad right now as it is. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom to you. Wasting our money again? That's what it feels like to me. Slide out human woman. Yeah, that was another thing that Pam Bondi said. I wrote it in the chat over on the website. I'm pretty sure when she first came out, she said that he was trafficking humans, and then she went on to say in children, in women. I'm like, oh wait a minute, so women ain't human? Okay, I mean, coming from the White House, that's not exactly shocking. Metamouth barbecue chicken sounds delicious. I'm jealous. I know, I'm jealous too. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. Murdercom, China controls global trade. Nothing to say that they can't ship millions of these drones to America before they're noticed. Be terrified to be the world police like y'all. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that we're tip top to fight against massive drone warfare, but we'll see. What's up, Liz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Contempt? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Chewy? Happy freedom. Chewy, I've gotten to the point where I can't stand Pam Bondi's voice. She's utterly useless, AG. She does a lot of pressers. That's about it. I hate that all these people got in saying that, oh, they were going to release the Epstein files and they were going to clean up the government and this, that, and the other. And then they got in and, well, they just wear their fancy pins and strut around in their nice suits and shit. And that's kind of all they do. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom. What's up, Agent 48? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Derek? Happy freedom to you. What's up, High Plains Drifter? What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bunny Rabbit? Bunny Rabbit, can you get Trump and Elon back together? I think they'll figure it out. What's up, Original Gamer? Happy freedom. I don't know. After seeing Democrats calling for the Epstein files to be released, I kind of feel like that was the whole point of them arguing, but we'll see how it goes. They haven't exactly made up yet. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you if I can get you all ready. Secret messages. ACO, no Doge check then. Nah, I don't think we're getting those Doge checks. I was trying to lower everyone's expectations when that was going on, but no. Mama Elon, he's not sending out the Doge checks. It's too late. What's up, Edge? Happy freedom to you. Turbo, I can't wait till I'm old enough to shit my pants and make someone else clean it up. That's a wealthy thing. You got to be wealthy enough to have someone else there. Sage Pup. Yeah, we got a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast. I didn't grab all the clips. I just grabbed that one about him being swatted. I was going to do something now. I can't remember. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, next up we got a follow-up on the Diddy trial. It's titled Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend sobs while describing abuse during testimony. Just, again, every day, just one more reason that Diddy's a bad person. But they still haven't proven human trafficking. So it makes me wonder, what is he actually going to be charged with? Because all they keep telling, like, they say he's being charged with human trafficking as well as other crimes. But I don't know what the other crimes are, and they haven't proven human trafficking. So I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy actually gets out. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Once again, this is Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend sobs while describing abuse during testimony. Hit the like button if you haven't, and let's get this rolling.
A woman testifying under a pseudonym is the third and final alleged victim to testify in the case against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, she says the hip-hop star forced her into having sex with male prostitutes. Combs maintains his innocence. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest from the courthouse in New York.
The third and final alleged victim to testify is back on the stand for day 2 of testimony against Sean Diddy Combs in his federal criminal trial. Jane telling jurors about her 3-year relationship with Combs, which she testified was fueled by drugs, debauchery, and unwanted sex. Jane said the relationship began in 2021 and lasted until Combs' arrest last year. She said things moved fast. A few months into the relationship, she testified she had sex with a male prostitute in front of Combs for the first time. Breaking down as prosecutors questioned her on it, she said it was exhilarating but thought it was a one-time thing. Instead, she testified, "I truly felt that night just opened like a Pandora's box in our relationship. It was just a door that I was unable to shut for the remainder of the relationship." For the next 3 years, 90% of the time when they were together, Jane told the jury Combs gave her drugs and made her have sex with other men, even when she told him she did not want to. Today, prosecutors asking, why not just say you wanted to stop? Jane wailed loudly into the microphone and through tears said, "I don't know."
So it's important for the prosecutor to get this testimony out about where these encounters took place, who got her to these locations, who was involved, how many rounds, how did she react, how Sean Combs was telling her and directing her to do these things.
Jane is the second woman after Cassie Ventura to testify a romance with Combs morphed into a pattern of unwanted sex. Jane testified Combs funded her move to Los Angeles, where she said he paid her rent, $10,000 a month, and threatened to withhold it if she did not agree to his sexual demands, saying she felt obligated to perform those nights with him. On Thursday, the judge issuing Combs a warning for, quote, nodding vigorously and looking at the jury. The judge said that is absolutely unacceptable. And if it happens again, he said he would consider excluding Combs from the courtroom for the rest of the trial.
Now, the defense has said all sexual encounters were consensual, and Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Okay, again, it's not really new news, just more tragic stories from hanging out with Diddy. I don't know. They all signed up. They all wanted that stuff. And now they're telling their sad story, but they're not proving human trafficking. So I don't get it. They had this huge raid. Diddy was all over the news for a week. They were saying he was on the run and all kinds of shit. They found a guy locked in the basement naked and found baby oil everywhere. Just all kinds of crazy shit. Then they finally get to court, and it's just one person after another like, yeah, he's mean, and he takes drugs, and he likes weird sex. But everybody consented to it. And like, why even take him to court over that shit? That just seems like a waste of time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And how much money did Diddy make off these Netflix documentaries? There's like 3 of them that have come out about the Diddy trial. They all came out before the trial even started. How much? I think this is just a big ass publicity stunt. Is Mr. Beast behind all of this? Like, I don't get it. Either way, next up, FBI Director Kash Patel was swatted. This is one of the Joe Rogan clips that's floating around the internet right now. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Diddy trial. Russell, I think Diddy is a shitty person and guilty of domestic abuse, but I don't think he's guilty of human trafficking. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. I don't know. The arrest seemed like a big deal. The raid seemed like a big deal. The trial seems like a waste of time. And I don't know how all 3 things could be about the same one thing. I don't get that. Bill Clay, more money, more problems. Yeah, I guess. Rappy Bobby, come home. Yeah, where is Bobby? Damn it, Bobby. Metamouth, trying to summon Bobby is a pain in the ass. I know. He'll pop up. Jeffro, a show trial? That's what it looks like. What's up, TJ? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, Diddy is a sick puppy. He is. I don't even think any of this is going to hurt his career at all. I think it just created more publicity. It made Diddy relevant. It's starting to look like a publicity stunt more than anything else. Metamouth, Diddy is a monster. He is. Pumpkin, Bobby's out chasing wild boobies. He must be. I hope he's happy wherever he is. Russell, Bobby's whacking it in the tool shed. Well, damn. Well, damn. Well, let us know we're live when he's done. He can come hang out with us. Shit. Bill Clay, Bobby might be in the Viva Fry chat. I saw him there a few times. He might be. What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom to you. What's happening here? Master Meatball. Ghostly might help you out. I don't know if Ghostly's in the chat right now. High Plains Drifter, Doc and Bobby are on vacation for 2 weeks. Is that what's going on? Why is he hanging out with Doc? He's not writing him through the Twitch DMs, is he? It's a ball. Happy freedom to you. Asian, we finally know who what is her name? I can't never say her name. The bitch from Epstein Island was providing girls to? Probably. And there's others out there. That's the other thing, is like Epstein and Diddy are not the only people running these trafficking, extortion kind of things that they got going on. There's other people out there, but the way they handle these two cases, it's like, what's the point of them even going after anybody else? Ball, Viva's a lib. Well, he's Canadian. Jeffro, there'll be another cover-up on the Diddy trial. We did our job and put him on trial. What more do you want from us? Yeah, it's true. That's how I feel about voting for Trump. We wanted all this shit, so we voted for Trump, and then all these judges are standing in the way. I'm like, how could you stand in the way of what we want? He's making campaign promises. He's making good on those promises, and they want to stop that, and it's obviously what we voted for, so damn. Vinny, Oprah, yeah, I'm sure she's a part of the nonsense too. Yeah, he do. It feels that way for sure. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, this next one is a short clip here. FBI Director Kash Patel was swatted. And there's a bunch of these Kash Patel, Joe Rogan clips floating around. They just started coming out. I don't know when the podcast dropped, but I know Joe Rogan doesn't go live. He drops pre-recorded podcasts. So this has got to be from within the last couple days. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't, and let's get into this.
And as director of the FBI, I have a responsibility. I'm not just going to bring a case because somebody hurt me. They did, and they continue to do it. Shit, my house just got swatted yesterday.
What?
Yeah, but...
You got swatted?
Oh, yeah.
The head of the FBI gets swatted?
Yeah. Yeah. These people play... It's the ultimate height of hypocrisy. They have two sets of rules. One against you and one for them. And as...
I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. If Kash Patel can get swatted, anybody can get swatted. Like, nobody is safe from the bullshit. And they hardly ever catch anybody when they do these damn swattings. They need to figure out how to fight against that. Like, they can't figure out swatting, but we're gonna survive a drone attack? I don't know. I don't know. I think they give us a lot of false security. I think the government tries to make us feel safe, but if we realized how little control we have over external threat, I think we'd be freaked out all the day. Yeah, all the time. We'd be worrying about dying instead of worrying about living. So I don't know. If Kash Patel's getting swatted, anybody can get swatted. We're going to get right into this next video. This next one's U.S. Marshals carry out raids. This is an update on our mass deportation that we voted for. Things are happening. In this video, they're going to bring up Alina Haba Haba. Someone go call Get Some. His girlfriend's going to be on TV. This is about Operation Apex Hammer, and this is happening in New Jersey.
Me Meantime, Fox getting exclusive ride-along access as U.S. Marshals arrest suspected gang members wanted for murder, robbery, and assault just miles outside of New York City. Alexis McAdams was there, and she's joining us now from Jersey City. Alexis, what'd you see?
Hey, Jackie. Well, we saw violent offenders just walking around the streets of New Jersey. And U.S. Attorney Alina Habba says, listen, this is not going to happen anymore in my home state. So she teamed up with U.S. Marshals who were going after the worst of the worst as they knocked on those doors and said, you can run, but you can't hide.
Police department with a warrant. Open the doors.
An early morning raid in Newark, New Jersey. This team out serving a warrant for a suspected Tren de Aragua gang member, wanted for a string of armed robberies on New York City subways.
Come out now!
And outside that door, interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Alina Habba.
We're doing multiple cases at once to make sure that we clean up as quickly as possible.
Habba and her team waiting for that main target to surrender, but he's not home. Instead, these migrants who the feds say are all in the country illegally finally come out. Where are we going now?
Now we're going to go to another Newark location to get a female who shot her partner, also gang affiliation.
This New Jersey woman arrested after investigators say she recently shot at least 2 people. A short time later, another bust in the Garden State. This guy wanted for aggravated assault nearly got away on the fire escape. What's your message to those people who think they're going to hide out from your team here in the streets of New Jersey?
Well, you can run, but you cannot hide. And I think that the message is loud and clear.
And this is a month-long operation in the state of New Jersey, leading to more than 40 arrests, Jackie, and counting. It's not going to wrap up anytime soon. It's called Operation Apex Hammer. We'll keep an eye on it, Jackie.
We will watch that. All right, Alexis McAdams for us. Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the...
All right, Alina Habba out there cleaning up the streets of New Jersey, getting this deportation out of the way. It's nice that they're kicking out all these illegals and all that, but it's not across the country. Florida's doing big work getting rid of illegals and stuff. Tom Ullman, he's combing through the nation. Apparently, Alina Habba's cleaning up New Jersey, but we got all these sanctuary states that are helping these illegals. They're hiding these illegals. They're teaching them to evade ICE and try to pretend like they have rights and all this other stuff, trying to do semantics and lingo to evade ICE from asking questions or answering their questions and stuff like that, making everything a pain in the ass because these Democrats really want to keep these illegals here. Hell, Garcia just came back today, so I mean, I don't know. Sending them out, bringing them back, sending them out, bringing them back, and we are far away from 25 million illegals, so lots of work ahead. Next up, Boulder fire attack suspect has been charged with 118 criminal counts. He's currently facing 672 years in prison. His family is still in ICE custody, and well, there's a downside to it, but we'll read that in a second. It's coming up next. First, we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Alina Habba cleaning up New Jersey. Zero, how does Cash Patel get swatted and nobody gets arrested? Most of the time, no one gets arrested for these swattings. Russell, I love the long neck of justice. Yeah. I didn't really recognize her with a hat on. It's crazy how much of a difference a hat makes. Edward, my service stopped swatting. Yeah. We got to make you a page on the website. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, having trouble with notifications. Aren't you on Discord? You should turn on the Discord notifications. We have notifications on Discord. I send notifications on Telegram. Oh, I'm trying to think. We have notifications on the website, but it's based on your browser. And so sometimes the notifications don't go out until you open the browser, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Discord notifications is the best way to know when we go live. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Slydog, swat back harder. Yeah. It's crazy that they can't find people that do swattings, but they found all the J6ers. I don't think they're putting forth enough resources to catch these swatters. Told to carry a swatting like TPing someone now. Yeah, but it's like TPing someone's house that you want them to die. That's kind of what it's like. These people are swatting them not just because it's inconvenient, but they're hoping that some physical action happens. "10-man Elon lost his mind. He needs to be deported." I don't know. It is interesting, the whole back and forth between Elon and Trump and stuff. But seeing some of the Democrats call for the Epstein files to be released is very interesting, because they didn't want to do that until Elon claimed that Trump was in the files. And I think some Democrats don't want the files to come out because they know that they're on the files. And other Democrats who are not in the files are like, yeah, you know what? If it's going to make Trump look bad, let's just come out with the files. And it's like, if that's really happening, that is very interesting, because it could be the plan all along. But if we actually see Trump retaliate against Elon and really cut ties with him and stuff, then, we'll see. We kind of need more things to happen to figure out what's going on with this feud. Rappy, go get him, Haba. Yep. Clean it up. Hidu, it's very hard to accept that there's no justice system, but it's worth the effort. I feel like it's the principle of it. If you're doing the right thing and somebody does something wrong to you, then you get to stand all the way up on it. You get to defend yourself. You get to call the police. You get to press charges. You get to start lawsuits. You get to try and win others over on your side of things because you're in the right. Now you got witnesses. Now you got people willing to testify on your behalf. It's the benefits of being a good person can only be seen by those who try to be a good person. Then we were talking about this a lot during the lockdowns, because bad people go out there and do bad things and then they get arrested and they get off the hook. They don't get the time they deserve. Justice is never served, it seems like. And so it makes you wonder, what's the point of participating in being a good person if all the people that are bad people get to just keep living their lives and shit? But making mistakes has consequences, and sometimes those consequences can come back and kill you. Or they could put you in a bad situation, like this dumbass that's facing 600 and something years in prison. There's no way out if you're being a bad person all the time. So like I said, the benefits of being a good person can only be seen by trying to be a good person. The other thing is everybody wants to live in a good world, but not everybody wants to be a good person. And you can't make people change. So if you want to live in a good world, the best effort you can do is be a good person, regardless of what the justice system is doing. That's just my belief. Rich Ray, most swatting happens from overseas. That's why it's so difficult to catch them. Yeah, or they're using VPNs that are saying that they're overseas. It could be your next door neighbor, and they use a VPN saying they're in France, and then they swat you, and they try to backtrack, and they're like, "Oh, it's in France. We ain't gonna be able to catch them," and they let it go. You can be a good person and not respect the law. Nobody in charge of the law is good. Yes, but generally breaking crime has to do with wronging another individual. Now, if you're duplicating DVDs or something like that, then, that might be one thing. But if you're stealing from other people, you're hurting other people, like I said, most crime has a victim. So if you have victims, you can't say you're a good person. But yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. The other thing is if everybody decided to stop following the law, because that's what I think the whole underlying tone is. The reason that they don't fight very hard to stop crime is because they want everyone to see that there's no justice. And if there's no justice, then everybody will commit crime. Well, they want everyone to commit crime. You know why? Because they don't live around us. We would be committing crime to each other, and we would be telling the government we can't control ourselves. And if the government hears that we can't control ourselves, they look at that as a really nice opportunity for martial law and to put us into lockdown and shit like that. And so there is, like I said, there is reasons. There is reasons to not participate in the bullshit around us just because justice isn't working the way we want it. That's just my opinion, though. 10 Man, join voice chat. I'll sing to you. You gonna sing for us tonight, 10 Man? I told you guys the other day. I forgot I was supposed to read this book to you in the voice chat. We're gonna read it today. It's pretty good. Master Meatball, there's profit in the chaos. Yep. Rappy don't stoop to their level. Yeah. Sly Dog, I don't mind getting swatted a bit if she's hot. I mean, I guess. Totally care to make good choices. That's the plan. Totally care. I treat people the way I want to be treated until you give me a reason not to. Yeah, that's how I am too. What goes around comes around. Master Meatball. Yep. It's a good book. It's a good book. You guys should get a membership for the website. You got to get a paid membership in order to join us in the voice chat. It's a lot of fun. Crazy Times, all the higher ups in both parties are all over that list. I think you're right, Crazy Times. I think you're right. What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom to you. The feud is a trap to suck the Democrats in. I kind of am thinking that too. I'm leaning in that direction, God Rides a Harley. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. Asian. Wait, Cash got swatted and he's not going to bring a case? Did he say that? I don't know that he said that he's not going to bring a case. We've covered so many swattings and nothing ever happens. There's never any consequences because they can't nail down who did the swatting. What's up, Sapphire Patriot? Happy freedom to you. Agent O, great time to be alive. Yes. It's always a great time to be alive. You've never heard anyone say it's a great time to be dead. Not what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard that. Edward, your site is cheaper than X. It's true. We don't have AI. That's kind of a downside. But if you don't like AI, then it's an upsell. Master Meatball, there's a topic. What do you do when you've been doxxed? Try not to die. That's it. I've had people try to dox me. Oreo's been doxed. Oreo's like whole family's been doxed. So a lot of people have been doxed. Other than trying not to die, I don't know what you do about being doxed. You inform the police and you stay armed. You become aware of your rights. You practice using a firearm safely and legally. You invest in armor. And then keep your family and friends and everybody close to you informed that if they're near you, they're basically in danger. And that's it. I don't really know what else to do outside of that. Zero Catcher has been swatted 3 times. There's live streamers that get swatted all the time. Like Aiden Ross, he's probably been swatted like 30 or 40 times. And they still hold him at gunpoint and shit when they show up. And they do it during the live stream so everybody can watch you get swatted. Swatting is such a terrible thing. It's stupid and it's dangerous. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Boulder Fire attack suspect charged with 118 criminal counts. He's currently facing 672 years in prison. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble Hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this pulled up, and then I'm going to tell you guys the bad side of this story. All right, like I said, he's being charged with 118 criminal counts. This is the person doing the firebombing in Colorado at that event. Like I said, he's facing 672 years in prison. His family is still in ICE custody, but a judge just blocked his family from being deported. Of course they did. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Inside a jailhouse courtroom, terror suspect Mohammed Solomon facing a judge and a laundry list of charges for Sunday's shocking attack. The 45-year-old Egyptian national watching as prosecutors charged him with 118 criminal counts.
Charges reflect the evidence that we have regarding this horrific attack that took place and the seriousness of it.
They include 28 counts of attempted murder, 5 counts of assault on the at-risk or elderly, and 1 charge of animal cruelty, after authorities say he injured a dog during his targeted anti-Semitic attack.
If the defendant's convicted and those counts run or those sentences run consecutive, that would be 48 years in state prison for each of the 14 victims, which comes to 672 years.
While Solomon claims to have acted alone, Colorado's governor pressing for a thorough investigation.
Were there others who knew about it, who facilitated it, who were aware of it, who helped them?
Solomon's wife and 5 children remain in ICE custody. The Department of Homeland Security says the family came to the U.S. in August 2022 and overstayed their tourist visas. Solomon did file for asylum, listing his wife and 5 children as dependents. The family's attorney telling us they were flown to a detention center in Texas.
That they are now in detention despite having committed no crime.
But a Colorado judge has temporarily blocked their deportation.
Are you concerned that even with this judge's court order, the Trump administration could still deport this family?
It would be totally naive if we weren't concerned about that.
In response, DHS called the family attorney's claims absurd, adding it's clearly an attempt to delay justice. Meanwhile, as flowers line the scene of Sunday's nightmare attack, the Boulder community finds itself caught between heartbreak and disbelief.
They lit Jews on fire in 2025. I mean, it's hard to for anyone to wrap their head around that.
And we'll see Solomon enter a federal courtroom in Denver later this afternoon for that hate crime charge. In the meantime, ahead of Boulder's annual Jewish festival slated for this Sunday at this very space, the DHS and FBI releasing a rare joint statement, Savannah, saying because of the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, violent extremists may be more motivated to attack Jewish and Israeli communities, adding that terrorist organizations might try to exploit this narrative to inspire attacks across America. That's why they're increasing everyone to remain incredibly vigilant. Savannah.
All right, Morgan Chesky, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget,
All right. So he's facing some time here. He's got to actually be sentenced to get all those years. I don't know if they'll actually hand down that sentencing. But 672 years in prison. I hope he thinks it was worth it. Obviously, we covered either yesterday or the day before, he had intended on dying in that attack. So now that he's facing almost 700 years in prison, I hope he's proud of himself. He's an idiot. He's going to be incarcerated in this country while his family gets sent to another country. There ain't going to be no international phone calls. Visitation's going to be hard on the weekends when your family can't legally ever come back to the country. Bad choices there. Either way, next up we got judge releases teen detained by ICE. This is a W. We got 2 videos because they can't put all the information in one for some reason. But the first video is going to give you context on this teen being arrested by ICE. He's an 18-year-old. He was arrested on the way to volleyball practice on Saturday. Apparently ICE is looking for his dad, who is also illegal. And the 18-year-old that was arrested, he was here on a student visa, and his visa is now expired. The first one, like I said, is going to give us context. The second one is from him being released. I believe it was earlier today. It's titled "Mass Student Freed from ICE Detention Says He Was Fed Crackers and Slept on Thin Aluminum." All of this is coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this fire bomber suspect. I don't know why they call him a suspect. This piece of shit that was attacking people at that event in Colorado. Russell, deport the family. Absolutely. They're going to. I can't believe the judge stopped it from happening, but it's going to be very difficult to try and keep them into the country. Like, they're connected to somebody that did a terrorist attack, and 2 of those 5 kids are teenagers, which means that they probably are aware of the terrorist attack and may have that ideology, in the same tone. So, I don't know. I feel like unless people are really that desperate to have illegals here, I bet that family's getting deported. Edward, call me if you get doxxed. Yeah, we'll make you a page, Edward. Edward, send me a message with everything you want as far as services listed, information for people to contact you, prices, information like that, and I'll start putting a page together for you. All the other hooligans that are volunteers and stuff, they all have their own pages now. I'll make you one. What's up, Papa Bones? Happy freedom to you. Told to care terrorist breeding. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Yeah, TJ, I feel the same way. Papa Bones, freaks like him think Allah's gonna save him. He's gonna find out. What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, are you still making clips for us over on Twitch? Because I would really appreciate it if you kept doing that, because you're badass at it. Also, somebody over on Twitch was saying that they were looking for someone to create content with. I think it's for hooligans. If you want to check over on Twitch when you get a second. Screaming Eagle, fuck that. American prison is way better than the Gaza Strip. Feed that bastard to the Nile crocodiles. Yeah, and that's the other annoying thing is we want people to be held accountable, but at the same time when they're illegals, we don't really want them here in our jails and prisons and stuff where we still got to pay for them to be here. It's always a tough situation when we're facing this. Pumpkin, the family overstayed their visas. Yeah, they need to go. TJ, dang, his wife will be getting a bunch of food stamps, 5 kids. Let's see, and might even get checks for all of them. Yeah, well, it's all over now. They're all detained by ICE, and yeah, this judge is staying in the way. But I don't know how the judge stopped them from being deported unless it's because of family ties. But once this guy is sentenced, I don't know how they're going to keep the family in the country. It seems like once he's sentenced and they know where he's going and where he's going to be staying for the next 600 years or whatever, I feel like at that point they're going to have to just deport the family. It's just my opinion, though. Kevin, go Oilers! You crack me up. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Steve S? Happy freedom to you. Did you know Thin Aluminum? That's a cool band name. It is kind of a cool band name. I'm wondering if they're talking about Mylar. I wonder if they had Mylar blankets, and I bet that's what it is. But he's claiming it's aluminum. And again, they're trying to make, you'll see when we get into the video, they're trying to make it so you feel bad for this 18-year-old. Like, 18-year-olds choose to smell like shit and sleep on the floor and all kinds of stuff because they're just dumb 18-year-olds. They don't know shit. And they're like, they fed us crackers and made us sleep on aluminum. I was in a room with 35-year-olds. Like, I don't feel bad for you, man. You let your shit expire. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into the story. Like I said, we got a doubly. First one's titled, Judge Releases Teen Detained by ICE. Now, again, this first one's going to give you the context, and the second video is going to show you today's speech that the 18-year-old gave to make everyone, feel really bad for him and whatever. Let's get this pulled up. All right. Once again, this is Judge Releases Teen Detained by ICE.
After days of protests, a Massachusetts high school student arrested by ICE is out of custody tonight. 18-year-old Marcelo Gomez da Silva was detained Saturday on his way to volleyball practice. A judge granted him bond today. ICE agents were reportedly looking for his father. The teen entered the U.S. on a visitor visa. His student visa has since expired. His lawyer says he was held with up to 35 men, many much older.
He would barely get any attention.
Okay, so that's the context of the story. Now, they butcher his speech and shit, so we're just going to watch the speech flat out on a separate video. This one's titled, Mass Student Freed from ICE Detention Says He Was Fed Crackers and Slept on Thin Aluminum. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get this rolling.
We support securing our border. We support following the law. But this administration is breaking the law. This administration is not keeping us safe by putting 18-year-old honors students in prison. Well, what we see here today, it's not American. It doesn't represent our values. And we may very well find that this administration is just outright breaking the law.
That place, it's not good. It's not good. Ever since I got here, they had me in handcuffs. They put me downstairs, and I was in a room with a bunch of 35-year-old men, and those rooms were small compared to the size of like how many men were there. There was like 40 men in there. We would barely get any attention from the people there. It'd be really hard. I haven't showered in 6 days. I haven't done anything. The only thing I could do is thank God every day, because that's all I would do. I would pray there. I would talk about the Bible to them. Sometimes our lunch and dinner would be crackers.
He means white people.
They give us a really long sheet of this thin aluminum, I'm guessing, and we lay down on the concrete floor and put that over us and just sleep through the night.
Yeah, I hear you.
At the end of the day, this place it's not a good spot to be. Nobody should be in here. Like, most people down there are all workers. They all got caught going to work, and like these people have families, man. Like, they have kids to go home to, and there's like genuine criminals out there that people aren't giving attention to. They're getting good people that don't deserve to be here. I don't want anyone to touch my dad. I want my dad. My dad would call me at night with my brother and sister, and he wouldn't stop crying, and he would talk about how like he can't even go outside. Like, why? Like, there's no reason for this. You know what I mean? Like, my dad has never did anything wrong. My dad's everything to me. He's never everything I learned was from my dad, and like if he shouldn't deserve to get any hate.
You feeling happy to be out and ready to?
I feel like I'm optimistic, like very optimistic. I always look to God for things, so I feel like I always remember this place. I always remember how it was. I'll always be grateful for everything that I have outside of that place. I obviously want to tell my story, but my dad always taught me to be humble, and my dad always taught me to put other people first. And I told every single inmate down there when I'm out, if I'm the only one that was able to leave that place, I lost, because I want to do whatever I can to get them as much help as possible. If they have to be deported, so be it, but in the right way, in the right conditions, because no one there is treated goodly down there. No one there is treated good.
So obviously this 18-year-old was coached. Like, just he's like, when I was detained, I was in there with 35-year-old men. They all look like workers. They were a bunch of workers. Oh, were they? Were they a bunch of workers? Like, he's literally like speaking on all the talking points that the Democrats are always saying about why it's a bad thing that illegals are being locked up. He's like, I told him, who's going to pick the crops? I'm like, yeah, okay. They might as well send old man Walter out there to give that story. He was obviously coached, his handler rubbing his shoulder, say what I told you or else. I don't know. It's a bunch of nonsense. You're supposed to feel bad for somebody who's here illegally. He didn't have to let his visa expire. He was on a student visa. He could have went and renewed it, but instead he didn't. He let it expire. Then he talks about his dad like his dad is some hero. His dad's here illegally too. And if his dad wasn't here illegally, they wouldn't have picked him up. They picked him up in the pursuit of looking for his dad. So his dad ain't that much of a hero. His dad's the whole reason he got jammed up, and maybe the influence of why he didn't go and renew his visa and just let it expire. He's here illegally. He's being held accountable because he broke the law. And we're supposed to feel bad for him? He should do a give, send, go. We'll give him $500,000 like Carmelo Anthony. He accidentally stabbed the other kid in the heart and killed him. It was an accident. He's the victim. Give him money. Like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. It's just straight bullshit. Next up, we got Putin retaliates against Ukraine with new wave of strikes. This is a follow-up to the situation between Ukraine and Russia. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 18-year-old that was detained by ICE, and he's such a sweet boy. Such a sweet boy. 10 man, what a sissy. I know. Russell, I don't feel bad for him. Deport. Yep, hit that deport button. Send him on his way. So he's got some snaggly teeth. I'm jealous. He's got braces. Who paid for those braces? He's here illegally. So, I don't know. Zero Mylar blankets. That's what I think he was talking about. He said it was aluminum. Why'd he make a little bracelet out of it? So he could remember the oppression. It was so bad in there that he made himself a Mylar bracelet so he'll never forget. He'll never forget what it was like to be detained. Like, I don't know. 10-man freaking idiot. I know. Zero, jail isn't supposed to be fun. He was so disappointed. Cholicare, he admitted his daddy taught him everything. I think you're right. He was kind of braggadocious. Turbo, I eat crackers straight out of the pack all the time. Rubbing it right in that kid's face. TJ taught you how to get over on people. Yeah, exactly. Met him out. The left's going to have a field day with this bullshit. Yeah, he's the new Garcia. He's the new Garcia. They got Garcia back in the country, so they're going to take this 18-year-old and talk about how stunning and brave he is. What day is it? Friday? So he spent 6 days in the detention center. What's up, Justin? Happy freedom to you. They were feeding him white people in there. It's crazy. Screaming Eagle, fake conservative. Yeah, the guy that had speaking before the kid got on, talking about what the Trump administration is doing by kicking illegals out of the country is wrong and illegal. Like, whatever you say, bud. Upholding the law is not illegal. Like, it's so stupid. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. MU, they're tugging hard on those Dems' heartstrings. You're not wrong. Pumpkin, he's an entitled brat. Deport him. I agree. He doesn't seem hurting that bad to me. What's up, Kami Thong? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy freedom to you. Corey Luca, 6 days without a shower. How many days did you and us on CommieTube have gone? I went 1 day. I don't know. 6 days without a shower is pretty rough, but I'm sure I've gone, especially at 18 years old, I am sure I've gone 6 days without a shower. Not in a long time, but I don't feel bad for this kid. Ball, him and his mustache talking about 35-year-olds. I don't know why he was even saying that. Like, any 17-year-old that's, and he's 18, any 17-year-old that's ever been in jail is locked in a room with people in their 30s and 40s and 50s and all kinds of shit like that. When I was 17, I was the youngest one in the jail. When they put me in, they didn't even know where to put me. I was the youngest by far in the jail. And so, I don't know. I don't feel bad for this kid. When you fuck up, yeah, and you get held accountable, don't start crying about the shit, you know? You make mistakes, you get caught, you gotta eat shit. That's just part of making mistakes. Turbo, I've done like 5, but after that you start smelling like doo-doo. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Going more than like 2 days without a shower, you're pushing it. But at 18, these are the same kids that were eating Tide Pods and shit, you know? So, I don't know. 6 days without a shower. These people are half animal anyway, so what the fuck does it matter? Like I said, next up we got Putin retaliates against Ukraine with new wave of strikes. A little back and forth. We covered, well, can I stop the video? There we go. We covered when Ukraine hit Russia. They did the drone deployment. We were talking about it earlier in the live. This is a response to Ukraine doing that whole drone deal to Russia. It's also our follow-up. I mean, I don't stay that damn close to other people's problems, but Russia keeps popping up in the news. Ukraine and all that shit. Might as well cover it. Once again, Putin retaliates against Ukraine with new wave of strikes. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
This is President Putin's response to his humiliation by Ukraine. Explosions lighting up the skyline in the capital, Kyiv. Ukrainian anti-aircraft fire engaging a swarm of more than 400 drones. Here, an apartment building hit. Windows shattered. Civilians, despite living through 3 years of this, shocked overnight. Ukraine's campaign against Russia continuing this morning. This blast near an oil refinery. And here, a Russian regional governor as a court building is hit by a drone. All after that covert Ukrainian attack on Russian military bases and the very bombers that target Ukraine. President Trump saying yesterday Putin told him in an earlier phone call a response was coming.
He said we have no choice but to attack.
He said he asked Putin not to.
It's probably not going to be pretty. I don't like it. I said, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. You should stop it.
But then compared the Ukraine war to a school fight.
But sometimes you see two young children fighting like crazy. Sometimes you're better off letting them fight for a while and then pulling them apart.
This morning, Ukrainian civilians taking cover in shelters, still defiant.
I believe in peace, but in the strong way. It's like 4 years coming, like for the war. It's just killing people.
President Trump said he would end all this. Yesterday, he again threatened to punish both sides.
Very, very, very tough. And it could be on both countries, to be honest. You know, it takes two to tango.
The Kremlin spokesman, Craig, was just asked about President Trump comparing all this to a fight between children. He called that Trump's point of view. And then he said this: the political means for resolving this crisis were exhausted. Craig, rather than an end to the war, this looks like a new phase, and a phase that will likely test world leaders in new ways. Craig?
Hopefully not a new phase. Our chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons. Keir, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Okay, that's our follow-up between Ukraine and Russia. Like I said, I generally mind our own business over here in the U.S., but ever since we covered Zelensky getting thrown out of the White House, every once in a while we do an update between these two countries still doing what they're doing. fucking off, blowing money, and killing people because that's what they like to do. Either way, next up, we got Trump should deport Elon Musk and seize SpaceX, says Steve Bannon as he goes ballistic. He said a whole plethora of stuff. I don't know. You would think that Trump was Steve Bannon's boyfriend and Elon's trying to get in between them. Like, the way this response is just flying off the handle. Now, I'm sure it does good for his business. It sure as hell got him a lot of attention, but either way, Steve Bannon was saying crazy shit about Trump and Elon going at it yesterday. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Ukraine and Russia going back and forth. Zero, your husband wants to get all of his teeth pulled out and get implants. It's so expensive, but it's a way to have perfect teeth for the rest of your life. I'd probably get implants if I could afford it, but it's as much as a new house, so probably not going to happen. Zero, the reporter was so breathless reporting that, like he was way too excited. Yeah, they love reporting on war. It's time for them to act all dramatic and stuff like that. They always do that. That's why a lot of times they lie. The news gets in trouble for showing like video game footage and shit of buildings getting blown up. Later on they have to apologize because they were using fake footage. They got too ahead of themselves, being all gassed up over war. Russell, in the field, in the army, I've gone 45 days without a proper shower. I don't know if I could do that, Russell. I feel like my undercarriage would be all roughed up. When I go to like music festivals and stuff, I always have wipes with me just because I don't like being dirty. I can't stand being dirty. And especially if you're walking around like that for like hours and hours and hours, I feel like it roughs up your undercarriage. Metamouth, I still laugh my ass off when I see clips and memes of Zelensky getting thrown out of the White House. Yeah. I think the hooligans keep him alive because, you know, every Saturday we cover memes and stuff. And there's always at least one showing Zelensky as a baby or crying or being mistreated by Trump, all kinds of stuff. Pumpkin, they both want war, so let them fight. Yeah. It's how it seems. Zelensky claims he wants peace until they start talking about cutting off the money, and then he's like, well, you know, I don't know, we need more troops, we need more weapons, we need this, that, and the other. And Putin, he's just, I don't know, he's just doing his own thing, it looks like. Bill Clay, war never changes. Yep. Pumpkin, how dramatic, I just don't care anymore. Yeah, I'm not invested in the war at all. Hidu, I'm not on either side, but war is murder. Yeah, they need to just give it up. Turbo, the older you are, the less fresh you are, so I think that's why when you're young you can go longer. That's probably what it is. I don't know, Turbo. It's either you're young and you can go longer without a shower, or you're young and dumb and can go longer without a shower because you just either don't realize or don't care that you smell bad. You know, because you're stuck with you all the time. So as you become smelling bad, you're the least person to notice it. Everyone around you can notice it as soon as you get in the car. But you being the person, you don't notice it that much. So I feel like as a kid who, you know, barely takes care of themselves, 17, 18-year-olds, they're just figuring out how to, you know, properly bathe themselves and stuff like that. I feel like I don't know if they're less stinky or less susceptible to giving a shit that they smell bad. It's one or the other. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Agent O, eating Tide Pods replaces bathing. Is that how it works? I was wondering. It seems like eating Tide Pods would give you the shits. Asian, you need wet wipes, nylons, and baby powder. I've never worn nylons before, but yeah, the other two, you need that. Corey Luca, Old Spice, Aqua Reef, deleted the aluminum. It lasts for 18 hours. That's awesome. I'm trying to think what I use right now. I think it's called Natural or something like that. I try to use deodorant that doesn't have aluminum because I got a terrible memory as it is, and they say aluminum causes Alzheimer's, and I don't need any help in forgetting shit. I forget shit all the time. Either way, let me see. Zero, eating Tide Pods will clean your guts. Yeah, that's what I mean. It seems like it clear you right out, like more than Taco Bell. I don't know. I wish Taco Bell affected me that way. I just get to participate in the jokes, but I'm totally unfazed by Taco Bell. I should be studied. Like I said, Trump should deport Elon Musk and seize SpaceX, says Steve Bannon as he goes ballistic. This is the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Now, in the middle of this video, we're going to skip because this is by Forbes, I think. No, it's by the New York Post. And they do like the stupid slideshow, huge text on the screen bullshit. We're going to watch the beginning of the video where we can see Steve Bannon talking. Then we're going to watch the end of the video where we can watch him speak once again. But he's going to be talking about... He's calling Elon illegal. He says Elon's security clearance should be suspended while they do an investigation. He says that Elon's contracts for his various companies with the federal government should be canceled. He says that Trump should invoke the Defense Production Act and take control of Elon's rocket company because Elon said that he would decommission the rocket that was used to save the astronauts that were trapped in space, the Dragon capsule. Since from between then and now, Elon has deleted that comment about the Dragon capsule and has said that he will not decommission it, because I went and looked while I was validating things being said in this video. So either way, that's what you can expect from this video. A lot of that context is said in the slideshow segment that we're going to skip across, but I will have this link in the description within the next 24 hours if you want to go back and check my receipts and all that shit. It's up to you. Either way, once again, this is titled Trump should deport Elon Musk and seize SpaceX, says Steve Bannon while going ballistic.
Claiming of the nation and the rejuvenation of the nation is Donald Trump. Without Trump coming down that escalator, folks, yes. I had a ringside seat, and I will tell you, it ain't the Elon Musk or they come and go all the time. They're a dime a dozen. Because it's about the sovereignty of the nation and sealing the border and shipping 13 million out of here. Let me change that. 13 million and one, because Elon Musk is illegal and he's got to go too. Okay, you're going to ship these other people home. Let's start with the South Africans. Okay, and I got a couple other could go too, but he's illegal. Deport immediately.
Okay, so like I said, they're going to do this little slideshow bullshit, and you have to sit here for like a whole minute and a half reading all this shit. But I'm not going to make you do that because I wrote it all down. So we're going to skip ahead.
Jumping around the stage on ketamine and everything like that with the MAGA cheering him on, and he's doing the thing and going to the inauguration, and he's a big shot, and he's getting all that adulation. He doesn't understand. That's for Trump. That's for Trump. Because Trump's the man that's got in the arena and did it and risked everything, including going to prison for 300 years. We'll see how good Elon Musk takes a little of that pressure, because I happen to think a little of that pressure might be coming.
Okay. Steve Bannon going off on Elon. Now, this was taking place when the fighting was happening. The fighting has kind of calmed down now. I looked at Elon's X posts and stuff before starting the live. Things have really calmed down. But once again, they have a lot of text during the slideshow in the middle of that video. So once again, they were saying that Steve Bannon is calling Elon an illegal, saying that Elon's security clearance should be suspended while they do an investigation. He says that Elon's contracts for his various companies with the federal government should be canceled. He believes that Trump should invoke the Defense Production Act to take control of Elon's rocket company, because Elon said that he would decommission the rocket that was used to save the astronauts that were trapped in space, which is called the Dragon capsule. And then, like I mentioned, the comment where he says he's going to decommission it has been deleted, and there is a comment below it that he posted saying that he won't decommission the Dragon capsule. So Either way, that is the last little bit of the news. We're going to get into our fun stuff coming up next. We are going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and I think it's the last day for that Advent calendar. And then we got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled, When You're Losing in Pool, and that's a pretty funny video. And our official funny video of the day is titled, When Your Buddy Thinks He's a Cat. And for some reason, that video is fucking hilarious to me. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Steve Bannon going off on Elon. Zero. Elon is a naturalized citizen, but it can be revoked, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think they're going to try and deport Elon. I just don't. I don't think that's going to happen. But I bet the left loves that. Do you think the left is going to stand up for Elon and say no? No, don't deport Elon. We love illegals. Like, I'm waiting for that. Here, Juicer, are you guys trying to summon Tori Wayne? Zero, Bannon's an idiot. You can't stand him. He's a terrible host. I thought everybody liked Steve Bannon. I've never really seen his... The only time I cover Steve Bannon is when he's in the news. Otherwise, I've never really heard him say or do anything. Russell can't be deported. Yeah, I don't think so. Rappy, Steve Bannon doesn't hold back on words. He's definitely ultra MAGA. He's all in for Trump. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Pumpkin Bannon needs to mind his own business this time. But like I said, I don't know if what he says actually matters, but it landed him in the news. Jeffro, Bannon has always thought extreme, but every now and then does have a good idea. However, this is not one of them. Yeah, Jeffro, I feel like he got a little bit too emotional. I think it's a little too much to say that Trump should use, I don't want to say excessive force, but try to use lawfare to then gain ownership of Elon's rocket company. I think that's too much. He might as well have said, I think Trump should swat Elon. You know, like, it feels the same. It feels the same. I just feel like that's too much. And then calling him an illegal and stuff, I was like, I don't know. He's like, we're going to deport people. Let's start with the South Africans. Like, hold on, Bannon, you're borderline racism right here. Like, Jesus loves us. Papa Bones, cows that eat grass and fart are supposed to be bad for the environment. But isn't that what a vegan does? I think you're right, Papa Bones. Worried about the wrong carbon footprint here. Elder Zoomer, wet wipes or a desert shower? I mean, it's better than nothing. Totally care. Everybody likes their own brand. I mean, I suppose. What's up, Justin Sane? Happy freedom to you. Totally care. I think Bannon is a blowhard. I don't really know what that means. A boaster or a braggart? That sounds interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. So I try to watch Bannon and give him a chance, but he's constantly interrupting who he's talking to and does some weird stutter thing. Well, I don't know what to say about stuttering. That kind of happens. But I can't stand watching people that interrupt who they're interviewing. They bring people on the show and they're like, oh, today we got so and so on and they're known for this and we're going to ask them a bunch of questions. And they ask a question and then the guy takes a breath to answer the question and then they're like, so anyways, blah, 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 and just talk right over him. I can't stand that. Russell, he lost $34 billion yesterday. Yeah, Tesla's stock went down. Yep, that's true. There was a couple of videos talking about that, but they're so long-winded. So long-winded. I was looking for like a minute or something like that. Because, I mean, how much can you say about the Tesla stock going down? Right? It's obviously dipping because of the fight with Trump and all of that kind of stuff. But they wanted like 6-minute videos. I'm like, we don't need to talk about that shit for 6 minutes. Meta, Elon whiner. Yeah. Well, and a lot of people who do drugs have come out and been like, you know, I do drugs, and this is what it looks like when somebody does drugs. Some people have said that maybe he's out of ketamine, maybe he's you know, out of his prescription, and so he was just being crazy yesterday. I don't know. Vinny C. Bannon went to jail for this country. Yep, we covered that when he got out. What is your name? Astersis? Either way, happy freedom to you. Steve S. When I look at Bannon and see that hairstyle and can't help but think there is a man stuck in his old way of thinking. Definitely could be. I don't know. Like I said, I've never really watched Steve Bannon. Every time I see him, he speaks very much the same. Alex Jones is kind of like that. Like you don't really see Alex Jones being calm. He's always like roaring about shit. And that's how Steve Bannon kind of seems to me. He's like always roaring about something going on. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom to you. A star sis, happy freedom to you. Thank you for letting me know how to say it. Appreciate you being with us. Corey Luca, what kind of pizza should I order? Chicken bacon ranch. Chicken bacon ranch is always good. Or chicken Alfredo is good. Or if you're feeling real saucy, you get a barbecue chicken pizza. That's good too. Sometimes I get breakfast pizzas. Those are fire. I always get breakfast pizzas without sauce though. They put too much sausage gravy on it, and then your toppings are just flying all over the place. Those are my suggestions, Corey Luca. Oh, I appreciate you, Jim. Thank you for being with us. Zero time to buy Tesla. Yeah, I mean, it is the dip right now. Of course, I can't give financial advice. Lone Wolf Philly cheesesteak pizza. Those are pretty good. Jeff Rowe, pepperoni pizza with a 3 meat. You guys, you going for the basics here. Crick Kiss sauce on the side, always. Got to write down all your guys' order. Speaking of orders, I need to get the Hooligan get together put in stone. I need to make a page for it. It is going to be like the 3rd week of August, but I got to actually put the time and get that figured out because we're running out of time here. Ghostly, none of that ham BS. You don't like that Canadian bacon? Gave her some of that Canadian bacon last night. Stupid. So stupid. If I was Canadian, I'd say that shit every day. Had to spit on it. Why? Because it was Canada Dry. Either way, moving forward here, getting into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, Hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Now, like I said earlier, today is the last day of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. I wonder what we're going to get today. Day 24. Ah, man. Scorpion pepper sauce. And then this one is not going to be, this is not, that's, nah, this This is not a good one. This is not a good one. Look at this. Scorpion pepper sauce. I am not doing a spoonful of this shit. I'm telling you that right now. I gotta do the voice chat after the live and stuff and things, and no. We're gonna do a dab. We'll do a dab of I wish I didn't do that sauce. Either way, thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I really appreciate you sending us this calendar. You're so awesome. Oh, let's go ahead and get through this, and we got the funny videos coming up. I was all excited. I went and got a little spoon and was prancing over to the chair here and was like, yeah, we're gonna try today's sauce because this is the last one. Yeah, of course it's scorpion sauce, of course. What else would it be? We are not doing a whole spoonful of this. I'm telling you, I got other shit I gotta do today, and crying and bleeding from my asshole is not on the schedule. So we're gonna do just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Klaus Dan, you want to try some hot sauce? This is one time. This will be the only time. Poor kitty, he'd never recover. Alright, this is preparation for the hot chip anyways. We're doing a tiny little bit. I don't even know how I'm going to show it to you guys. A little. Okay, that's it. That's all we're doing. We're just doing a little dab. Okay, we're just doing a little dab. Once again, this is scorpion pepper sauce. Jesus loves this. Cheers, hooligans. Oh, it's so fucking hot. Ah! That bite is so bad. Klaus Daniels. Oh. It's so, the bite is so strong. I don't know what to say. It's not hot. It's like, oh, it's like spraying brake cleaner in your mouth. It's like paint thinner. It's like, oh, the bite is so much. It's like a Rottweiler just nibbing at your nuggets. Oh, buddy. My eyelids are sweating. The bite is so much. I could not imagine if I did a whole spoonful. I would probably drop dead. Oh, and then the Democrats would make me vote blue. Jesus loves us. It's so much. The bite is so much. I am not fucking with that anymore. Oh, my God. If you ain't got no scorpion sauce, I don't want to hear about how I'm being a sissy. I'm sweating my ass off now. This is your fault, Klaus Daniels, because we got to afford your damn fancy feast habit. We're going to move forward here. We're going to try getting into our first funny video here. This is titled, oh my God, I can't talk. Hold on, buddy. I'm going to have to go and get water or something. This is hurting me. Oh, okay. This first one is titled When You're Losing in Pool. Oh, when you're losing in pool, you just throw a little wiener shot there. That's how you win. I never knew that. I suck at pool, but never again. Hit him with the wiener shot. Corner pocket there. All right. Now, this one, we might play this twice because it's so damn funny. And there's so much going on that you kind of can't tell what's happening. This is titled When Your Buddy Thinks He's a Cat.
Want a video? Not bad. How about you want a video?
We'll try.
Come on. Look at it, land it.
Oh my God.
Look at it, land it. Video? Oh. Want a video? Not bad. How about you want a video?
We'll try.
Come on. Look at it, land it.
Oh my God.
Look at it, land it.
Oh my God. My favorite part of that video is where he's like, you're lucky I didn't land it. Nah, bud, that's not how that works. I am sitting here dying from this hot sauce. It is so hot. I don't know how we're going to survive this chip. We're going to have to figure this out. I don't know if this is going to be what we're going to do tomorrow or if I'm going to make a special. I don't know what we're going to do, but I don't know how I'm going to survive this. Oh. Okay. That is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in the chats. We're going to read through and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Of course, we're going to try and do a raid. We'll see how it goes. Yesterday's raid was all right. Also, don't forget, go get yourself a membership on the website so you can join us in the voice chat shortly after the live. My eyes feel hot. So, Wayward, happy freedom to you. Oh, fuck you, Scorpion Sauce. Anyways, there's a Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, to the arcade, and to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. And like I said, you'll be able to join us today for the voice chat shortly after the live. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. We're going to read through them. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next, and then we got to figure out who we're going to raid over on Rumble. Matt Rogers, sugar is supposed to help with the heat since you don't drink milk. Thank you for letting me know. I'm going to need that. Let's see. Boom. I am going to have to try that. Thank you for letting me know, Matt Rogers. Alright, Zero. Yeah, let me know. Zero, see if you can find raw milk for the chip challenge. I don't know. I don't really... Me and milk don't really get along. Russell dude's dumbass. I know, he like... Need himself in the face. I don't know. Russell, the asshole is burning. I mean, you ain't gotta call me an asshole, Russell. Yeah, it's hot. It is hot. Zero, do a dab in the voice chat. I don't know. I don't know. That sauce is so damn hot. Astra Hammer sausage gravy pizza, where's that at? They put it on breakfast pizzas. It's gravy, sausage, eggs, sausage, bacon. I'm trying to think what else is on it. Cheese, obviously. That might be everything that's on it. Some you can add green peppers and onions and stuff. I love breakfast pizza. Jeffro, who's practicing for the breakdance Olympics? Well, he needs some more practice. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. Sage Pop, the hot sauce gods say JeffMAC will have lava flows without his... What is this? With his outgassing, the gods have spoken. I hope not. I hope not. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. The sauce hurts. It ain't hot. It just hurts you. It's abusive. I don't know what to say about it. Screaming Niggle, you better have backup with that chip. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. We watched a bunch of funny videos last Friday for the voice chat. We watched a bunch of people eating hot stuff, and they were dying and throwing up and just coughing and having all kinds of issues. I will make sure to get safety precautions for the chip of death. Hey, thank you for being here, Sage Pop. Hidu. Why do people make their names like that? How do I even say that name, Hidu? Sticks and Hammer did the death chip challenge last week. You need to check this out. I will check it out, Hidu. I'm not tough. I'm not tough at all. I put it on the damn wish list, and I think Tori Wayne got it for me. And so now I'm being forced to eat this chip of death, and we'll see how it goes. Lone Wolf, the landing was sus. Yeah. I like I said, my favorite part of that funny video is where he's like, "You're lucky I didn't land it." Like, nah, you're unlucky that you didn't land it. Papa Bones, don't fart around a candle, you might burn. I'm worried about spontaneous combustion. MU lemonade. Yeah, lemonade. That might work. I don't know. Lemonade is kind of acidic. And you end up with chemical burns on the inside of your mouth. We'll see. Crickets, we need to assist you with a new hobby. Nah, I think you're right. Too old to care. Lick it. I don't know you hooligans were going to talk to me like that. Bill Clay, well, it was nice knowing you. You hooligans are so funny. Ghostly, bro, start with a small piece. I'm not playing. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Thank you for being here, Rappy. I appreciate you. Told to care Mexican pizza is good. I agree. JeffMAC looking like Ghost Rider. This is going to be my final transformation. Sage Pop, you can cook fish in lemon juice. Interesting. I've never heard of that. I have seen people like spoil good gravy with lemon juice, causing bad things to happen. Hey, thank you for being here. Too old to care. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy freedom to you. Hey, thank you for being here, Vinny C. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Debbie? Happy freedom. What's up, Bob Marley? Sugar will help neutralize the acid, take the burn away. That's what I think I'm going to have to do, Bob Marley, because I don't really do well with milk. Corey Luca, what'd you get? 2-topping pizza, ham, and pineapple is the best. You didn't have to start that fight right at the end of the live, Corey Luca. You didn't have to do that. Going with a Hawaiian pizza? I can just hear everybody typing right now. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again, now that my nose is running down my face. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think that hot sauce gave me a lisp. It's not good. It's too hot. It's too hot. We're going to read through one last time, but we are wrapping this up. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so we will not be live over on YouTube as well as Twitch, because we ain't got time for those kind of community guidelines. So if you watch on YouTube or you watch on Twitch, go in the description, find the Linktree link, and everything at the top is where we go live. So make your way to a better platform tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for Free Speech Saturdays, Coffee with Hooligans. And like I said, if you go to jeffmaclive.com and get yourself a paid membership, you can join us in the voice chat today, shortly after the live, for so much fun. We have so much fun in the voice chat. We are constantly researching things, laughing our asses off, telling jokes, listening to music, watching videos, all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's always a lot of fun. So definitely get yourself a membership, a paid membership, so you can join us in the voice chat later today. Hey, thanks for being here, 10 Man. You need to watch that video with Catfish Cooley eating the chip. Did we not watch that last week, 10 Man? If not, we'll watch it here in a little bit when we get in the voice chat. Oh, we did. No, we did. Yeah, we did watch that. We did watch that. I'm pretty sure now that I see it. He was having a hard time. Silver Wolf, eat too with hot sauce on it. No, I'm not doing that. Happy freedom to you, Silver Wolf. Just the dab got me. Let me see, Zero. All right, hooligans, we're going to see about getting this raid going over on Rumble. Oh, we raided them yesterday. Quite Frankly's on, and Quite Frankly's pretty cool. I don't think we've rated them. And they've been live for 23 minutes. I think this is who we're going to end up raiding, but we're going to read through the chat really quick, and we got this raid going on. Jeff Rowe Catfish is so funny. Yeah, he is funny. Sage Pop, I think the hot sauce has you high. You're smiling and all chameleon-eyed. It feels like I'm getting a headache. That's what it feels like. I don't feel high. I feel like tension in the top of my noggin here. And my eyes are watering. I don't know why they're chameleon-eyed, though. That's crazy. I've noticed that my eyes look really dark on the live. My eyes are like bright green, but you can't tell on the live. Told the care, cracking a beer. Cheers to you. Jeff Rowe got stung by a scorpion. I did. Ghostly, it's the best pizza. Just replace the ham with bacon. Some bacon pineapple? I'm not against it. I mean, I don't order it, but I've worked at a lot of pizza places, and I've ate just about every variation of pizza except for anchovies. I don't eat that nasty stuff. Or feta cheese. I don't do that. Appreciate all of you hooligans over on Twitch. Thank you guys for being here. Alright, hooligans, we are going to try Quite Frankly. Let me see. Let me grab this link really quick. We're going to try and raid these guys. Alright, let's see how it goes.
I wasn't doing kung fu. I wasn't doing kung fu at the point. You know, we sit in horse stance for a while at this point, but those really deep stand, that was nuts. I never actually got through the entire thing. I think like my cutoff point was around 45 minutes to an hour. It was crazy. But I haven't looked at that shit in so long.
I'm just trying to get back to when I used to look like Rocky 4.
Rocky 4?
Remember? Yeah, dude, I was fucking ripped up like that. Pop. Everything was popping.
I've never been that ripped.
Oh,
I had a girlfriend that was
really
a yoga
ripped at one
instructor
point.
for like a year. So I got into yoga. That was back in probably 2013.
I ain't never doing yoga.
And yeah, I remember those first few days, like just my legs shaking, my arms shaking, just trying to hold like whatever random pose they told us to get in, and then, you know, 6 months later, just being able to like kick my leg out to the side and just hold it there like Neo in the Matrix, you know, and no shaking or anything. It's cool. Like, that's what I like about exercise. It sucks to do, but then you can like do stuff that you weren't able to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'll do? I'm not only going to send you some keto brains, but I'm going to send you the Sunday stream links.
It appears that our raid is going unnoticed again.
One of the things I do for sponsors is we get together on like late Sunday mornings, early Sunday afternoons in the summer or whatever. In the summer, we push it back a little bit, but it's usually always outside. And in the warm months, I love designating Sunday streams for like doing.
Okay, well, I'm not going to sit here forever and wait for these guys to acknowledge the raid. I don't know. We might have to just raid the few people that have been appreciative of the raid and stop trying new people, because it's just a damn disappointment. At least that's how I feel about it. It feels like a disappointment. Either way, we're going to read through really quick and we're wrapping this up. Like I said, tomorrow's Free Speech Saturday, so we will not be live on YouTube or Twitch, so keep that in mind tomorrow when we go live 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Thank you for being here, Russell. I'll see you in the voice chat. Zero, she remembered you and said thanks. Well, we'll see tomorrow. Maybe we'll raid her tomorrow. I don't want to raid the same channel over and over again. Crick Kiss, feta is so good on the Mediterranean salad. I don't like feta. It's grody to me. Rappy, hi Klaus, wherever you are. He's over here playing with his toy. What's up, H-Big? Happy freedom to you. Rad, do you see the story of in USA Today about Trump and Elon? It's hilarious. We covered Trump and Elon yesterday when it was happening. And we covered a couple things today talking about it, but I haven't seen that specific story from the USA Today. I'll have to check it out. Let me see. Write a reminder. Thank you for letting me know, Rad. Teasel, put some on the chip. Go hard. No, I can't do that. It put me in the ground. All right, Hooligans, it looks like we were good to go. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for showing up and helping me cover the news and making it suck a little less. Like I said, tomorrow's Free Speech Saturday. See you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Go out there and enjoy your day. Find you something good to eat. I'm going to try and do the same. But like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday's Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you Hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.